All right, get ready, because today we are going deep into Exceptional or Nothing. This book,
Ooh, good one.
it's by Paul Robinson.
Mm.
This book is seriously like, if you want something to kind of kickstart your ambition,
Yeah.
it's got stories, it's got advice,
Uh-huh.
all about achieving excellence.
Mhm.
And not just at work, but in life, which I love.
I like that. Yeah.
And, this comes from Paul Robinson. He's written multiple books. He's a keynote speaker.
And you actually recognize, yeah.
Exactly. So the guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
When he talks about high performance, we listen.
For sure.
I've been like dog-earing pages in this thing like crazy.
I bet.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that I think is so interesting about this book is that he doesn't just tell you be exceptional.
Right.
He gives you a way to get there.
Yeah.
And he starts off with this really compelling analogy. Have you ever heard of Johnny Walker whiskey?
Yes.
Okay. So I've got red label, black label.
They're good, solid choices.
Good, solid choices.
Yeah.
But then there's blue label.
Oh, yeah?
That's like the top shelf, aged for, I don't know, decades.
Yeah.
Made with only the rarest whiskeys.
Yeah, it's a whole different experience, right?
It is. And his point is that exists in every field.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
You have your good people, you have your great people, and then you have your blue label people.
Yeah.
They're not even competing.
They're in their own league, yeah.
They're in a whole other category. They offer something completely distinctive.
It's like, I don't know, you don't drink Blue Label every day, right?
No.
It's for special occasions.
Right.
It's to like celebrate, exceed expectations. And I think that's kind of where Robinson wants to take us, is to become the Blue Label in our own world.
Absolutely.
Whatever that world may be.
And one of the first things that he points out is that the standards for exceptional are constantly evolving.
Oh, that's good.
What was groundbreaking yesterday may be pretty commonplace today.
Oh, that's so true.
He uses the example of Johnny Hayes, who won the 1908 Olympic Marathon.
Oh, wow. Yeah, back then, that time was insane.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Guess what? That time wouldn't even qualify him for the Boston Marathon today.
Oh, wow.
The standards have changed.
Yeah.
You can't just rest on your laurels and say, well, I was great back then.
Yeah.
It's like climbing a mountain.
Uh-huh.
As soon as you reach one peak, you see another one off in the distance.
Oh, I like that.
And you got to keep pushing yourself. And Robinson is constantly challenging us
Yeah.
to push those limits, to break through the barriers of what we think is possible.
To get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah. And this leads into one of the first and most important principles in the book.
Okay.
Stop trying to be the best.
Okay.
Strive to be the only one.
Okay, that's interesting.
I know it sounds counterintuitive.
It kind of does, yeah.
Yeah.
But explain that a little.
It's a mindset shift, right?
Yeah.
You're going from competing in a crowded marketplace, what Robinson calls a red ocean, to creating your own unique space, your own blue ocean, where you have no competition.
Okay, so, like, what would be an example of that?
I think a great example is Red Bull.
Okay.
They didn't try to create a slightly better soda.
Right.
They created a whole new category, energy drinks.
Yeah.
And suddenly everyone needed a Red Bull.
Right.
It's like Seth Godin's purple cow idea.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to be remarkable.
Yeah.
Something that stands out from the herd.
But how do we actually do that? Like, how do we even, what are some ways we can do that?
He gives some cool examples. Have you ever heard of Ruben Gonzalez?
No.
Okay, so he was a 4-time Olympian
Wow.
in the luge.
Okay.
Now, he was not built like a typical athlete, but he realized
Okay.
the luge was a niche sport where he could excel.
Oh, so he was strategic about it.
Yes.
Okay.
It's about realizing you don't have to be the best in the world, just the best in your world.
I like that.
And sometimes that means picking a less crowded path, focusing on a niche where you can really shine.
Yeah, and sometimes that niche finds you.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you have, like, the Polgar sisters. Their father intentionally trained them in chess.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Which, not a field that is...
typically dominated by women. Yeah.
But they became superstars.
Total rock stars.
Showing that specialization, defying the norms,
Right.
can lead to incredible success.
It's like they created their own chess empire.
Exactly. So we see there are two main approaches to becoming the only one.
Okay.
You can do things differently or you can do different things.
Ooh, I like that. Give me some, like, practical examples of that.
All right. So think about Dick Fosbury and the Fosbury flop.
Oh, yeah, with the high jump.
Revolutionized the high jump.
Changed the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he did it completely differently than everybody else.
It's against the grain.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Changed the sport forever.
Wow.
And then you have, like, Apple with the iPod.
Okay, yeah.
They didn't just make a better MP3 player.
They, like, reinvented the whole thing.
Yeah, they created a whole new way to experience music.
Yeah, with iTunes and the design.
The ecosystem.
Yeah.
They found a different thing to do.
And what's cool is Robinson says this applies even if you aren't, like, starting a company or competing in the Olympics.
Exactly.
You can be exceptional in any role, like any job.
Right. And he uses this really cool story.
Oh, I love the stories in this book.
About Johnny.
Okay.
Who was a grocery bagger.
Okay.
With Down syndrome. Now, Johnny would take these little thoughts for the day.
Yeah.
And put them in people's grocery bags. Just a simple gesture.
Yeah.
But
so powerful.
It created a completely unique experience. People would come back just to see.
What Johnny had put in there, yeah.
Shows that even in a seemingly ordinary job,
yeah,
you can add your own touch, your own signature.
It's like when you think about company culture.
Exactly.
You can tell a lot about a company by how they treat you.
Yeah.
Their little quirks, you know.
Oh.
It's their signature.
Exactly. Which brings us to what I think is the final ingredient of exceptionalism.
Ooh, okay. Lay it on me.
Style.
Ooh, style. Okay, give me some, like, style icons.
All right, so think about Elvis Presley's moves, Michael Jackson's dancing,
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe's laugh, Bruce Lee's martial arts.
Ooh, yeah.
Charlie Chaplin's, just his whole mannerisms.
The whole, yeah. His whole shtick.
Yeah. These weren't just part of the performance. They were extensions of who they were.
Yeah.
They left a mark.
Absolutely.
And it goes beyond entertainment. You can think about filmmakers, Wes Anderson, very distinct visual style, Tarantino, signature violence, dialogue. It's about having that extra something.
That sets you apart.
Yeah. And Robinson's point is, we all have this unique style
like that.
That's just waiting to be discovered, nurtured.
Yeah, it's about embracing the things that make you different, you know?
It is, and using them in your work.
Yeah, you know, I used to try so hard to fit in, not rock the boat.
Yeah.
This book has kind of challenged me to, like, embrace my weirdness.
I love that.
Because that's honestly where the magic happens.
I think so, too.
When you are your authentic self.
It's about having the confidence to own your unique qualities.
Right.
Even if they don't fit the mold.
Yeah.
It's about saying, this is me, take it or leave it.
Yes. Now that's what I call exceptional.
Right. And remember, style isn't just about outward appearances.
Okay.
It's also about your approach to problems, how you interact with others.
Oh, yeah.
How you express your ideas.
It's that special sauce that you bring.
It is.
Yeah.
Like, think about Johnny the Bagger with those thoughts for the day.
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't just the words themselves. It was the heart he put into it.
Yeah.
Personal touch.
That made it special.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what sets Blue Label people apart.
Yeah.
They're not just going through the motions.
They're bringing their whole selves to the table, yeah.
They're bringing their whole selves, their heart and their soul.
This is so good. I'm already feeling, like, inspired to find my own Blue Label potential.
Mm-hmm.
But how do our listeners actually start doing that? Like, what's the first step?
Well, I think it starts with recognizing that you already have something unique to offer.
Okay.
Everyone does.
Yeah, I like that.
It might be a specific skill, a way of thinking, or even just the passion that you bring to your work.
It's like he's giving us permission to, like, stop trying to be a copycat.
Yes.
And start being an original.
Be an original.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because we always hear be yourself.
Uh-huh.
But then we're also told to, like, fit in, follow the rules.
Right.
And this book is really flipping the script on that and saying, hey, your quirks,
the
things that make you, those are your superpowers.
Those are your superpowers.
I love that.
And he even says, embrace your perceived weaknesses.
Oh, okay.
Because sometimes those things we try to hide or downplay,
they can actually become our biggest assets. He uses Arnold Schwarzenegger as an example.
Yeah.
His accent, early in his career, they said it was a drawback.
Yeah.
And look at him now.
He owned it.
He owned it.
And it became part of his persona.
It's like those things that make you different can be the key to, like, unlocking that Blue Label potential.
Yeah. It's about having the confidence to own your unique qualities, even if they don't fit the mold.
Right.
Saying, this is who I am, take it or leave it.
I'm feeling so inspired right now.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people listening are thinking, okay, that's great for Arnold, but what if I haven't found my thing yet? What if I'm still searching for that special something?
Yeah.
You know.
That's where the book's emphasis on personal growth comes in.
Okay.
He wants us to be lifelong learners.
Okay.
Constantly exploring new ideas, refining our skills. He sees style as something you cultivate, like a garden.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. You plant the right seeds, nurture them, and give them time to grow.
Yeah.
And just like a garden, your style will evolve and change over time.
Oh, that's good.
It's not a destination.
Right.
It's a journey.
Yeah, and this actually makes me think about like my creative process.
Yeah.
Like I used to get so frustrated when things wouldn't like come out perfectly right away.
Right.
Now I realize those like messy experimental phases are actually where the growth happens.
Totally.
That's where you like discover your voice, your style.
Absolutely. And he says, embrace the weirdness. Don't be afraid to experiment.
You know, we get so caught up, I think, in finding our purpose that we forget to like enjoy the process, the exploration and the growth.
Yes.
That's where the magic is.
I think so too.
You know, and we've talked a lot about individual exceptionalism, but he also goes into like how organizations can cultivate a culture of exceptionalism.
Yes.
Which is so important because we spend so much of our lives at work.
Huge part of our lives.
Yeah. And if our workplaces aren't encouraging us to be our best selves, that's a problem.
It is. And he says it starts with leadership.
Okay.
Leaders need to create an environment where people feel safe.
Yeah.
To take risks.
Yeah.
To think outside the box and just to be themselves.
Yeah. It's like instead of trying to fit everyone into the same mold, you're creating a space where like individuality is celebrated.
Absolutely.
Like think about companies like Google or Pixar. They're known for like their innovative cultures. And they attract top talent because they encourage people to be creative and think differently.
And that leads to better products.
Yeah. And a more engaged workforce.
Right.
And it creates a company that stands out.
A company that stands out. It's a perfect example of the blue label principle applied to an organization.
Oh, I like that.
Right. These companies are driven by a desire to make a positive impact.
Yeah. Not just to make a profit.
On the world, not just to make a profit.
And that's something we can all aspire to.
Right.
Whether we're leading a team or just contributing as part of one.
Exactly. It makes me think back to Johnny, the bagger.
Yeah.
And how his small act of kindness had this ripple effect.
Yeah. It's such a powerful reminder that we all have the potential to make a difference.
We do.
No matter where we are in the like organizational chart.
Exactly. Yeah. Exceptional organizations empower individuals to shine.
I love that.
And it's something we can all advocate for.
Absolutely.
In our own workplaces.
So whether you're an individual trying to reach your full potential.
Yeah.
Or a company trying to create a culture of excellence.
Right.
This book, Exceptional or Nothing, gives a roadmap for how to get there.
It does. It's about embracing that uniqueness, fostering a spirit of innovation, and always pushing yourself beyond what you thought was possible.
It's funny, you know, we think of like exceptional people as like they're born with some special talent or advantage. I think what Robinson is really saying is, but it's a choice.
It is. It's a mindset.
Yeah.
It's about saying, I'm not going to settle for mediocrity.
Right.
And I'm going to commit to this journey of becoming the best version of myself.
Which doesn't mean it's going to be easy.
No, it's not easy.
Right. There will be
challenges, setbacks.
Moments where you want to throw in the towel.
Absolutely.
He talks about resilience, grit, and determination. But he also talks about finding mentors, building your support community.
Yes.
It's like having your own cheering section.
Absolutely.
To keep you going.
To keep you going.
Right.
It's important to celebrate those small wins, too.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Because each step forward, each obstacle overcome, each lesson learned brings you closer.
Oh, that's good.
You got to enjoy the journey, not just focus on the destination.
Yeah. And remember, it's not a one-time achievement. It's like a lifelong pursuit.
It is.
You know, always striving to improve.
Always striving.
Pushing beyond those self-imposed limitations.
Yeah. And once you embrace that exceptional or nothing mindset, there's no going back.
It changes everything.
It becomes woven into who you are.
It's like you catch this like contagious enthusiasm.
Yes.
You know, for pushing yourself to be better. to do better,
right,
to create something truly remarkable.
And that's what's so exciting about it.
Yeah.
It's not just about achieving success
In one area
of your life.
Right.
It's about bringing that same passion, that same commitment, that same level of excellence
to everything
you do.
Yeah.
To your relationships, to your health.
Yeah, I love that. You know what I love about this book?
What's that?
It doesn't just focus on, like, the superstars. The people who are already at the top of their game. It empowers everyone, no matter where they are, on their journey.
It does.
To believe that they can achieve something extraordinary.
It's about recognizing that exceptionalism isn't reserved for a select few. It's a possibility available to all of us.
And I think that's such an important message, because so often we get caught up in comparing ourselves to others.
Right. We think we don't measure up. And he reminds us we each have our own unique path. Yeah. We have to focus on our own strengths, our own passions, and create something truly unique that reflects who we are. So, to kind of wrap things up here, what's the one takeaway you want to leave our listeners with today? Like, what's that nugget of wisdom that they can kind of take with them? All right. I would say you have the power to create your own blue label story.
Ooh, I like that.
You know?
Okay.
Doesn't matter where you come from.
Yeah.
What your background is, what challenges you faced. You have that power.
It's about believing in yourself, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Believing that you have something special to offer the world.
Yeah.
And taking action.
Taking action, putting in the work, honing your skills, embracing that uniqueness.
And never giving up on your dreams.
So, to all of our listeners out there,
yeah,
I hope you're feeling as fired up as I am after this deep dive into exceptional or nothing.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's a game changer. I highly recommend checking it out.
Must read.
Must read. And remember, exceptionalism is a choice.
It is a choice.
It's a commitment to yourself, to your craft, to constantly pushing yourself to be better.
Yeah.
To do better, to create something truly remarkable.
It's about leaving your mark on the world.
So go out there, embrace those quirks, find your blue ocean, show the world what you're made of.
Yes. And until next time,
keep diving deep.
Keep diving deep.
And keep reaching for those blue label heights.
Love it.